From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your afternoon update.
Another hot day out there across the Tennessee Valley. Thankfully, here in southern Tennessee, at least in Lawrenceburg, we've already seen some showers, so that helped us out a little bit, but we're still going to be in the lower to mid-90s today across the area, more lower than mid across the Tennessee Valley. However, northwestern Alabama, a little bit of a different story. I do think we could see some of those in the mid-90s, maybe even 95, 96 or higher in isolated spots, right? I do think that's possible. Take a look at the heat advisories across the area. Murray County is now in one until tomorrow evening, so it's going to be Monday evening until 7. Again, this kind of goes in line with what I was expecting, right? I'm starting to suspect we'll see this expand east and continue through the work week as these heat indexes continue to be in the triple digits over the next 7 days. Take a look at what I'm talking about here. Notice by the midweek, we're talking 104, 105, maybe even higher than that once more. That's definitely heat advisory territory. Of course, we don't make those decisions. The National Weather Service does, but either way, we're going to have to stay hydrated and wear that light clothing, not overexert ourselves over the next 7 days. It's going to be a toasty one out there. All right, so let's take a look at the futurecast. Next 24 hours here, starting with today. Of course, we see those spotty thunder showers, a couple of heavy downpours mixed in. They're very typical for summertime, right? Nothing unusual in this respect. Mostly dry tonight, temperatures in the 70s and humid. Good skeeter weather out there, that much is for sure. Then as we head through our Monday, we'll check this out. So here are those mid-90s starting to creep back in some spots across the area. And again, some spotty thunder showers across the area. Not necessarily widespread, but, you know, again, like I said today, very typical for this time of year. Best shot at that's going to be in the afternoon, but I think most of it will be off to our west. So what we get here, very much spotty. I think that's the word I would use here. So don't change your day plans around for your Monday. I think we'll be just fine. Just kind of consider that in your plans nonetheless. So there are those 90s I was talking about, and as we head over the next several days, well, high pressure is off to our east, so I do think it kind of moderates the moisture, but I still do think as we head into this midweek time frame, that's the time frame to watch for. Maybe a little bit drier weather, though I think Thursday, Friday, end of the week, we get right back into this thunderstorm activity here across the Tennessee Valley as a whole. Notice by Friday we start to see those moving in. So as opposed to just thunder showers, I do think we could see some isolated thunderstorm activity by the end of the week. And we've kind of flipped it around a little bit. I'm actually starting to think Tuesday, Wednesday, as that high pressure drifts west, would be the drier of the days. Could we still see a spotty shower? Maybe so, but I don't think those 2 days have the highest chance of that. In fact, I think Wednesday, as that high pressure drifts over us, that's where our temperatures will peak in the mid to upper 90s. Heat index values 105, 106, 107 there on that day as well. So it's going to be a hot one coming up over the next 7 days and a humid one as well.